everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel, and hey, we're going to do probably the last video for Canuary. Doesn't mean I'm done canning, people. I'm not. I'm still on the floor here and I don't want to step in it. Gotta get that cleaned up. But anyway, look it. Okay, so we're going to do a sausage and sweet potato soup. So I got some clearance. It's from Flash Food, but clearance meat Italian sausage. Okay, I got 4 rolls of it. I'm only going to cook up 3. One I put in my freezer, but it's Italian already with the herbs in it and stuff. So anyways, I thought, you know what? I don't have a lot of room in my freezer. I'm trying to work on my freezer, right? But I can't pass up good deals either. So I cooked that up, or I'm going to cook that up. And then I said, okay, what can I do with the meat? What kind of soup can I do? So I did this soup a long time ago, but I've never canned it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine because I've read all these cookbooks and I'm going through them and I'm going on to different sites and everything else. So this is what we're going to do. I went downstairs and I shot my freezers and shot my downstairs, and that's why I came up with this thing. So I got a mess going on. But I went out and I got peppers from my freezer that I had already pre-chopped back in August and put them in my freezer. So they're just red and orange bell peppers. Put in there. My chest is cold. In October, before canning, pre-canning, I guess, pressure canning, I should say, because I water bath can. But anyway, I have carrots that are all already chopped and diced. So I thought, I'll throw those in there, right? They go with sweet potatoes and peppers and sausage. So I did those in October, so I just pulled those out of my freezer. I brought up, you gotta see me, hold on. This is why people wear aprons, because I went down to my basement where my other pantry and cans and stuff are, and got onions, salt those up. Okay, so we're gonna put some onion in it. And then I had to get my sweet potatoes, of course. So, okay, and I think that's, oh shoot, forgot the broth. Oh, I gotta walk downstairs again. I hate, I'm too tired. Okay, so yeah, broth, salt and pepper. I don't know if I need any more herbs. Anyway, we're gonna get this going. I am like, I know I keep saying this, but anyway, I get really excited about a lot of things. But anyway, I'm super excited about this soup, and I think it's going to be yummy, pressure canned. Yeah, so let's get started on the sausage and get this going. And if you hear the canner in the background, that's because I'm doing another video for you also. So yeah, this baby's going strong. I've been working it. I love it. All right, cheers. Okay, so right now I am just cooking up that sausage. So I'm getting that going and get it all cooked up, and we'll drain it as we're putting it into the jars type thing. So now let's get started on some chopping and stuff. Yay. Okay, real quick, I did want to go over with you because this is a soup recipe that I don't know, someone may have tested it out there for canning, but I know I've made it in the past and I kind of wing things and throw it together, and it may not be for everyone, and I'm still learning, but I have paid attention. I'm very passionate about cooking, very passionate, it's my thing. So I have paid attention to a lot of the soups, and I have read what you can and cannot can, different vegetables. Obviously I know not to do pasta and rices and all that stuff. So there is the National Center for Home Food Preservation. I went to their website, and you can see that it tells you you want to do your own soups, and it kind of gives you the rundown and the cautions and the procedures and all the stuff I've already read and know. So I know I can do onions, carrots, sausage when it's already cooked, sweet potatoes, broth. It's all the stuff that I've put in other things already. Well, besides sausage, I haven't done that yet. But are in other soups. So I'm confident. I'm not worried about it. You do what you want to do. This is what I'm doing for myself. So that being said, now we can get going. Okay, so I have a medium. So I cooked up 3 pounds of that sausage. But I think I'm going to keep a portion of it out for later on in the week to eat in a meal of some sort. I'm going to work with that, and I'm only going to use 2 in with the soup. So I did that onion. Let me get that on there. I don't know if I want to. I don't think I'm going to do another onion because I got a lot of. I'm adding carrots now and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do there. Okay, so I did 2 of the 3 sweet potatoes. I think that's what I'm going to use for this. Now that I'm not going to do all 3 pounds of that sausage. Because this is plenty. Peeled and diced. Alright. And we're just gonna be warming this up. We're not totally cooking this whole thing like soup or whatever. So I'm only going to use 1 of the bell pepper bags in there. And I'll put the carrots in. We are going to simmer this. Very orange, isn't that so pretty? Like that fall. Lost the carrot. Almost be like a fall soup. Isn't that pretty? Alright, we're going to start to saute this up just slightly. We're just really getting it warm, and we're going to put the broth in it and the sausage in it and get it warm. We're going to have warm water sitting in our cans to get the cans warm. And yeah, then we're ready for canning. Now, do not get rid of your scraps. We're going to throw these in the freezer. I throw them in the bag I already have in the freezer, but it's full. And I'm going to be doing some broth with it. So, keep your scraps, onion peels, all that stuff, and you can simmer it down, make your own vegetable broth. Okay, let me show you that. Okay, so instead of going downstairs and getting broth that's already done up, I still have more of this Better Than bouillon in the fridge, and it's the chicken version, so I'm going to use it up because you can see there's not a lot in there. We need probably 4 cups of the broth. I've already done 2. So this will be the other 2 going in here, and I'm just going to heat it in the microwave and put that in there. And that's one more thing that I'm using up out of my fridge, freezer, pantry. This whole meal is of, this whole canning project is of stuff that I have. So I shopped my house and found everything I needed for it. So I love doing that. I get so excited. Okay, I probably don't need it. This is pretty hot water to begin with. Okay, so right now I'm getting this simmering, probably about 10 minutes. We're going to do this. We're not cooking all these vegetables because obviously it's going in the pressure canner. And then I'm going to add the sausage to it here in a minute, but I am going to put some pepper in here. And I know the sausage is salty enough, so I don't want to put a lot of salt. But I think that's good. Okay, so I added the ground sausage. And it was already kind of warm. I'm just going to let it go probably another 3-4 minutes here. It's been going probably 5 minutes or so. 5-6 minutes. We'll get that going, and then we'll be canning. Okay, so these are my warm jars. They're just from warm water. This is warm, and when we put water in the canner, I'm gonna have that warm also. I'm just gonna use warm tap water, but still. So rule is, when you're doing soups in can, I'll probably have way more soup than I have jars here. You put the substance, this here, to be half full, and then you fill it with the broth. Okay. got your 1-inch headspace, which if anyone is ever wondering on 1-inch headspace, it's to here. This is like the 1-inch, and so you want that open for it to pressurize. So you don't want to go past this little ridge here. If it's a 1/2 inch, then I think it's that one there. I just always do everything in 1-inch. I stop there. Ooh. Just so you know, they're hot. They're hot. Okay, so I am excited. That's a little bit more. My ear itches. Okay. Next in line. Now, if you didn't have some of these vegetables, so we're gonna pressure can it. Rule of thumb is you have to do whatever the highest ingredient that needs to be pressure canned is, or for the longest time. So obviously this is meat. So we have to do, these are pints. I'll put a little bit more food in here. These are pints. So with meat, I'm at 10 PSIs. So it'll be 75 minutes, hour and 15. That's what we'll be doing them for. Ouch. There are quarts, you do 90 minutes. So see, I'm learning, people. I got this. It's not that hard after you get going. So believe. I might have just enough for. Okay. Did I finish what I was saying? I have no idea. Sorry if I didn't. Got distracted. This is so pretty. Oh, that's what I was saying. Oh, see, I didn't finish. Obviously, if you don't have carrots, don't put carrots in it. Do you have green beans? Something else that would go in the soup? Corn? Ow! The pan's hot. You don't even have to have all of these vegetables in here. I just had stuff in my freezer, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it. So use also what you have in your freezer, in your pantry, what's in your fridge. Okay, I just got barely anything left here, which I will not let that go to waste, but I'll probably, oh, I do have some more. Remember how I took some of the sausage out of the 3 pounds? I do have a little bit of broth and vegetables left, and they're pretty cooked. I might just add some more of that sausage back to it and put this in the fridge for me for lunch this week. Because there's not, hold on. See, there's not a lot in there. Okay, at this point I have vinegar on here. When I have meats, I like to use the vinegar to clean off the tops. If it's, these are hot, just so you know. If it's just other stuff I'm doing, then I don't necessarily use I guess I should say fatty meats. So, you know, sausage has fat in it. Even though we drained it, you're not going to get all of it. Just clearing the tops off so they'll seal. Yeah, I'm excited that I get to have a little bit left over for a soup this week for lunch. Yay. All right, where are my tops? Oh, you guys, I almost always forget to do this, and we don't want to forget. We need to debubble and then clean the rims, because we might get more in here. You never know. And if we debubble, then it helps with siphoning, and we don't want the spillage to come out over the edges, stuff like that. Get the bubbles out. This is gonna be so good. I'm in Michigan and we're finally getting some snow. It's been such a weird, I know it has for a lot of people. Oh, here comes Zipper. It's such a weird winter, and I'm not complaining because it's kind of nice not having to drive in all the horrible snow sometimes, but okay. Now, I still got vinegar on here, so suckers. I didn't make much of a mess, but we're just gonna make sure. We don't want any grease on the top of the lid, and then it does, or on the rim. Sorry, my terminology is not always correct. You're just supposed to know what I mean, or what I'm saying. Finger tight till they can't go anymore, because you store these without the rings on them. So they will, once they cool and like you let them set for a day, then you take these bands off, and then you only need them back on as if you're doing something like pickles or something where you got to put them back in the fridge and you want to reuse them, and that little top is not going to stay on, obviously, so you need this to hold it back down. This just holds it in place. It's just kind of like a tool, holds it in place during the pressure in the canner. Okay, let's do this. Excited to have 5. A lot of times I end up with 4 of things. Oh, that's what else I was going to tell you. The recipe kind of called for more, like some water with your broth. So I did put 2 more cups of water in when I was doing in the stock pot. So keep that in mind. It just added a little more liquid to it for this type of soup. All right, now we need 8 cups of water. This is, if you're new to my channel, which I appreciate you and I appreciate everyone else that's been hanging out with me. This has been so much fun learning this. It's the Canuary pressure canner. I got it on Amazon. It was one of my Christmas gifts, and it is probably the best thing ever. And I've probably done 10 different projects in it now. I'm so excited to be able to get stuff and can it that are soups and meals and sides, and have it on my shelf and not in my freezer, and I can use my freezer for other things. And this, I am just so beyond excited. Okay, now I just got my tap water hot, and I'm putting 8. This particular canner, per instructions, calls for 8 cups every time. Every single time, 8 cups of water. So it's pretty, it is very easy to use, you guys. So easy. I highly recommend this one. And it's the Canuary, which is also made by Nesco, but Nesco's is a little bit more if you get the name brand. Who cares? It's the exact same one. Exact. So, it does only hold 5 pints, and then it holds 4 quarts, and you can do the half pints or the little ones. There is the stacking tray, so you can stack those ones, the small ones, but I don't care. It's just my husband and myself. I'm a small-time canner. Oh Lord, he's unhappy. But if you are a huge family, or you know, or maybe you just want an extra one, this would be good for an extra one also. But it's electric. It does everything for you. You don't have to think. It's so awesome. I'm gonna shut it, lock it. I do need to plug it in. That helps. Listen for the beep. It's going to be loud. I told you it's loud. Then we take this little guy and it has to go straight forward. Okay, so now we are going to do, oops, sorry. It's hard to do looking through the camera, you guys. We want 75. And start. So, if you watch my other videos, I've went through pretty much all of this in every one. There's a few I kind of skipped over it because it's kind of repetitive, but I thought since this is the last one for Canuary, it's not the last canning one I'm going to do, but for Canuary, it will do this, works up its little pressure and stuff in there, and on an average, probably about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes. Then it'll do an E10. It's not an error message. It's just letting you know it's ready, and then it'll do a countdown to E0. Then it'll beep at you, that horrible beep noise. You can do stuff, people. Leave your kitchen. You can go into the living room, you can vacuum, you can clean, you can put away laundry, you can make some bread, do whatever you want. Tend to the children. And then when it beeps at you, you come back in and then it'll start the countdown from 75 minutes. So when it beeps at you, that's when you turn that little guy there to the left. And then it'll start a shoot of steam. Don't be scared. You'll be fine. And then it'll do the countdown. Once it hits 0, it'll beep at you again. So you got 75 minutes to wander around the house, do whatever you want, take a bath, take a shower, do whatever. And then when it beeps at you, that loud annoying noise, you know it's done. You come and shut it off, unplug it, and let it sit for an hour. When you open your top here, it's done. It's all done. You pull it out and you let them sit on a towel for usually till the next day or something like that, so they can cool down and settle down, and then you can take the rings off and label them and put them away. All right, so it just beeped at me. It's at 75, and then that's when we do, hold on, try to do it when you're not looking. And that will count down. I do want to point out that the rest of that soup fit perfectly in this little lunch container, and now I have it for a soup for during the week for lunch. I'm so excited. Yay! Look at how good they look. And all of them have sealed already. Okay, so what'd you think? Here they are the next day. They got a little bit of the grease on there, which is fine, the fat from the sausage. I'm so excited. Look at them. So they're ready. I'm going to mark the tops and take them downstairs. So hopefully you enjoyed this whole canning adventure in January for Canuary with me. Please hit the little subscribe button, and anytime I do any more canning projects in the future, any other cooking videos, recipes, cleaning, crafting, all that good stuff, you will be notified. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video. I appreciate it. It really helps my channel. All your nice comments also help my channel, and I really appreciate you helping me grow. I guess that's it. Yeah, so happy Canuary, and don't worry, I'll be back doing more canning projects, but there's other sources for you to find. There's so many good videos out there. So anyway, I'm learning a lot and I'm loving it. And I'm making a dent in my freezer, you guys. I just went out there today to get out. So I set up, you know, I told you this. Have I told you this before? Pretty sure I have. My little thing that goes on the freezer for my meal planner. So I go out and I just randomly pick meat out of the freezer, and then I plan around that and what fresh veggies I have in the fridge and or frozen or whatever, because I'm not using the canning stuff right now. Probably not till March will I start to use it, because I want it to sit and see how it really goes. So anyway, so I'm trying to make a little room in my freezer. So I have taken a few things out, like chicken and stuff that I had a lot of, and canned it. And then if I get some clearance meats and stuff from Flash Food, I've been canning that instead of putting it in the freezer. So anyway, I went out and got ribs, a pork roast, and some chicken thighs from my freezer. And I was pulling them out, and I can see the back. It's a stand-up one. I'm so excited. So, and then I think I moved some stuff around, and I don't know. I'm excited. I'm making some room in the freezer because, I don't know. I think I'm a food hoarder. I'm working on it. I have problems. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, and I will see you soon. Cheers!